Hey cooks, we are on to our next stand mixer challenge. Over the holiday, they ran a great special on the NutriMill Artiste, and I couldn't help but pick one up, right? I want to try this mixer. It is a sister mixer to the Bosch, and it runs on the same kind of platform, and we're going to try this baby out and see how it performs. I'm Amy, and I am on a mission to become a better cook. If you would like to join me, hit the subscribe button and the bell below. Now, let's do a product test and review of the NutriMill Artiste Stand Mixer. So just like our other test reviews, we're going to review this mixer on a few categories. The very first one is the overall look and feel of the mixer. That is the fit and finish, how fun it is for the cook, how easy it is to put the parts together, and what kind of attachments are available to the mixer. We're also going to whip some cream, and these are our whips. And the way these work is they go on this hub, just like the Bosch. As a matter of fact, these parts are interchangeable with the Bosch. Now this hub is burnished metal, so you don't want to put this in the dishwasher. You only want to hand wash it, and then you want to dry it immediately. Otherwise, it will oxidize. So this is the shield on it, and it opens like this. Little different from the Bosch. Bosch has an inner and an outer ring to it. This just has a little window. This does come apart. If you line it up here, this part comes off and this comes apart for washing. That was one of my concerns when I first saw this, because I was like, once this turns around like that, how do you clean in on the inside? But it definitely does come apart for cleaning, which is great. This is our dough hook, and it's similar to the Bosch. It is burnished metal, so you only want to hand wash it. This part right here is plastic though, but it also has a dough scraper built in to the dough hook. On the Bosch, you have a separate bowl scraper, which you might use sometimes or not sometimes. This one, it is permanently affixed to the dough hook. So we also have the cookie paddles, which these are the same exact one for the Bosch. They're interchangeable. So if you already have a Bosch or you're looking to buy them, you just buy the ones for the Bosch. These are the cake paddles, which is the same for the Bosch. And it also has this scraper, which is the same for the Bosch. This is one of the things that I thought was kind of weird when I tested the Bosch, because it hooks on like that, and I thought this was kind of a contraption. I don't know how I feel on it. It works pretty good, but a lot of people do say that some of these they give you extra little fins for it. But some people say that they have a tendency to break. I don't know. I haven't broken mine, but it is the same as on the Bosch. So this is our bowl, and it's similar to the Bosch in that you take it off. The motor's down here at the bottom. This is a 5.5 quart bowl, and this is a 600 watt motor in here. So the drive of the motor is at the bottom base here. And there are a bunch of attachments that go to this. The only attachments you don't have, you can use the Bosch attachments on this. The only attachments you don't have really is the blender, because on the Bosch Universal, you'll see back there's like a little tower. That is where the blender goes, and this doesn't have that, but it makes it a little bit lighter. Just like the Bosch for cleaning, you open this up and this comes out. And so you can wash the bowl in the dishwasher. Rumor has it that the Bosch bowl works on here. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't confirmed that yet. Let's confirm that. I'll be diggity dog. So I guess we have confirmation of that. So our bowl goes on here. And like, here's our whip. I'm just gonna put the whip on here, and I have the scraper. And the cord sort of retracts in there. And, woo! It's got a pulse. We'll put our dough hook on here. This is backwards for me. Sweet. When you add ingredients, you just open this up, add your ingredients, close it up. So my feelings about the Artiste, you know, the fit and finish is very much like the Bosch. I like that you can add ingredients really easily. I'm almost thinking I like the setup of this lid better than the Bosch, but I really won't know until we get into it, you know, and how it used on like a real live situation. I really love the price on this. It was on a special and we got it at a fantastic price. So the package came with all this, right? So we got the cake paddle, we got the cookie paddles, we got the scraper, and we also got an ice cream maker in the package. So I really like that. I like this mixer. I like the Bosch too. I think some people looked at my prior review and they just think that I don't like the Bosch. And I always go back to the same thing. I really like the Bosch for larger batches. That's what it's great for. What I thought about the Artiste possibly is it might do a little better on smaller batches just because it has the built-in scraper. I mean, the built-in dough hook extender. And possibly maybe it's the bowl's a little bit littler. I don't know. We won't know until we get into it. But I think the overall look and feel of it is great. It's built solid, just like the Bosch is. It's got really nice quality parts to it. And the fact that you can use pretty much most of the parts for the Bosch is also thumbs up for me. So the overall look and feel, I give it an A. Okay, cooks, it's time to whip some cream. So I have 2 cups of cream here. Cream is so wow.
Give you my props. I chilled the stuff for you.
Oh yeah, he chilled everything for me, so props to you, Eric.
Thank you.
Holy cow!
There you go. That's how you do it.
That thing is fast.
Whoop.
Yeah. Let's get some safety going, Eric.
Oh yeah, it's my fault.
I don't want this paddle flying off in my face.
I don't want the milk going everywhere.
Okay. That's all the way up on high. This thing is pretty fast. Whoa.
How's it doing?
I'm gonna have butter if I don't stop playing games here. Okay, powdered sugar.
Now that's a mixer.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't play around here. Put on high.
You want whipped cream or butter, Bill?
That was 14 seconds. You think we have stiff already? This might be a new land speed record. Oh my god. Yeah, we got stiff.
Wow.
All right.
That was awesome. Yeah. Woo, this is, it's unusually, whoa.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff right there. Oh, little me's gotta take a taste test to confirm that this is actually whipped cream. Yeah.
Yeah, you stuck it back in there.
I concur.
Yeah, it gets an A.
That gets an A plus.
Okay, so we're going to be using the cookie paddles. You just put them on just like this onto the hub. I'm going to start out without using the scraper just to see how it performs, and then we'll go from there, right? So I think I have that on there. We have our butter in here. Oh, we're making peanut butter cookies, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's our butter. We're going to put our sugar in. We have white sugar and brown sugar. And yeah, see, we have the same thing as we had with the Bosch. See how that center area just is really not getting mixed? Yeah. So let's put the scraper on here. So the scraper pretty much just snaps on. There's two little snaps right here, and you put those two little snaps in there.
What's interesting is you've got the internal scraper looking guy. I saw him a second ago. Oh, is he over here?
Yeah, there's an internal one.
But does he reach down far enough to help? I will see. He might.
We'll put in some eggs. And we'll put in our peanut butter. Usually I put the peanut butter in first, but I guess I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. PB. Yeah. The scraper definitely helps. I mean, really without the scraper, you get a lot of stuff bound up here. But yeah, the scraper is sort of a necessity. Especially on these single batch recipes. Let's see. Flour, baking soda, baking powder, and some salt. Give us a little whirl here. Ooh. And I don't know why, but I'm thinking I want this on. So I I just turned it around so it's easier for me to use the controls. And let's rock and roll. Wow. That was pretty fast.
Is it all mixed up?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, there we go. So now you can beat that down.
Okay. Had a little trouble getting that off of there. Get these beaters cleaned off. So
Well,
we
I
can
know
get
that.
all the cookie dough, right? Whoops! Don't want to leave them on there. So we lose. That's like 2 cookies worth. So we have a thorough mix on this. Looks really good. I would say same issue with the Bosch. Without that scraper paddle on there, without the scraper on there, there's a lot of binding up in the center. But once we put that on, it did a really good job. Little difficulty getting it off of there. I would say the mixer's got plenty of power. We could probably do a triple batch in here, no problem. So for that, I think it like rocks the dough. There's just a little bit of quirky stuff going on with the needing the scraper paddle and a little bit of difficulty getting it off the center post. But other than that, I think it did a great job. So I give it an A-. No! So it's time for the dough hook, and we're gonna make some bread. This dough hook includes the dough hook extender. It's attached to the dough hook. So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna put water in here. We're making 3 pounds of bread dough. This is actually the same exact recipe that we used for the Bosch Compact. We're gonna see how it works in here. So we got some yeast, active dry, and we got some sugar, yummy dummy, right? I'm gonna stir it up. My yeast take a little bit because I had it in the refrigerator. But, so let's give about 5-10 minutes and let's get this yeast rocking. Okay, so our yeast is doing its thing. And someone had a question about why I put towels out here. It's just to make sure I don't scratch my cooktop. That's the only reason. I don't like putting like metal and direct things on it because I don't want to scratch it. So it looks kind of funny, but that's the purpose of it. So we're going to put the remaining sugar in there. And we're going to put some oil in here. That's just canola oil. We're ready to rock and roll. Salt's going in a little bit later. Do I want this lid on, Eric? I got like 6.5 cups of flour here. Yeah. It's gonna go poof all over me. I'm gonna blame Eric. Ah, see? Salt. How much flour you end up putting in really depends on everything from the weather to the brand of flour, even between bag to bag. have some spinning going on here.
But it's a Bosch. Well, I can't say Bosch rip-off, but it's going to do the same thing it does. It just spins. It catches occasionally. This is going to take a full 10 or 15 minutes to knead. What it takes kitchen Amy,
It's kind of dry.
now you're going to complain, oh, now it's too sticky. It almost climbed the dough hook.
Well, I need to put the lid on. I really felt like I needed a wetter dough. Okay, let's get it out on the board and see what we have. It's a really nice dough. It's nice and soft and squishy, right? Let's see. We have a little stretchy going on. We had it kneading for, got some gluten development. We had it kneading for a good, like, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I think we'll have some nice loaves of bread out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Right? Bad boy. So, my opinion on the bread kneading. I really think the motor is very similar to the Bosch. It's got a similar sound, and I really think that it's got a lot of power, and it just keeps going. And I don't think you're going to break down an Artiste or a Bosch like you potentially would at other types of planetary mixers, particularly the KitchenAid. I think the motor being in the base as opposed to the mixer head really does offer a more stronger motor, more power to the bowl, and you can definitely do bigger batches and you can let it knead longer in an Artiste, and the same thing with the Bosch. I think what's interesting about the Artiste is it's a fantastic price point. They put this whole package on sale for the Christmas holiday at a price that I'm telling you I could not get one. And I think on their everyday price is significantly lower than the Bosch. So if you're thinking about a Bosch but you really don't want to spend the $350, $450 that a Bosch, costs, you can get a NutriMill Artiste significantly lower. You can use a lot of the Bosch parts, and you get a lot of the great things that you get in Bosch, you get that in the Artiste. Now, is the Artiste perfect? Look at that. That looks beautiful, huh? Is the Artiste perfect? The answer to that is no. It's the same as all of my mixer reviews. I think some people might get the opinion that if I point out an issue or something that I experience with the mixer, that sort of means that I don't like it. And that's definitely not true. I just want you to know what to expect from a mixer. And when you're using this mixer or a Bosch or any of the other mixers that I've reviewed, I can tell you that my opinion is still the same, and it's still, it's still exactly the same as it has always been. I think with this mixer, there's a lot of power behind this mixer, and I don't think you're going to burn it out like you would a KitchenAid making bread dough. I think there's a couple of things you need to be aware of if you're going to get one of these types of mixers. First and foremost, I feel like you kind of have to knead it longer because some rotations, it just doesn't catch the dough hook and it sort of spins around. So your experience using the mixer will really improve your results over time because you will know what kind of moisture level you need to get. To me, when I first started using it and the dough was drier, it really spun around there and I could not even get one knead out of it. But when I put more water in it and I made the dough slightly stickier, I started getting better results. But it still spun and caught and spun and caught. So I need to run this sucker like 10 minutes because I'm getting a knead like every 2 or 3 rotations. Is that a bad thing? It's just something to be aware of. And it's something to know that these mixers are built with really strong motors that can go 10 minutes, that can go 15 minutes on a knead. So it's not that big of a deal because the mixer can handle it. I think KitchenAid might develop the gluten faster, but also you need a smaller batch and you need, we've gone over these things a lot. I really think that, it's just something to be aware of. So I give my opinion of the Artiste in terms of the bread dough, I give it an A-. So, ding! I think my overall opinion of the NutriMill Artiste is an A-, only for those same reasons we talked about. There's a learning curve to this type of mixer, of course, but I also think that due to the nature, maybe of the plastic bowl, maybe, it's just inherently difficult for a mixer to scrape entirely and knead every rotation. I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna put it at that. I'm giving it an A-. And I really think that this mixer is a buy. It definitely is a buy. It's a great mixer. It has a few little quirks, but every single mixer has quirks. And when I point out the quirks, that's just so when you're buying this mixer, you shorten that learning curve a little bit because you know what to expect out of it. You know what to use the mixer for, and maybe to start you off at step 2 instead of step 1 when you're using the mixer. Other than that, I give the NutriMill Artiste a buy. I think it's a great mixer, and I think once you get going with it, you'll have a lot of fun with it. So, yay! NutriMill Artiste did a great job. If you like this video, please subscribe below and leave me a comment and a like. Visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at amylearnstocook. If you want to talk more about the Artiste or the Bosch, or you have other things to add, join my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/amylearnstocook. And you can catch me on Instagram at Cookin' with Amy. That's a beauty. Let's rock. Let's roll. Dee 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 dee. Let's rock. Let's roll. Dee 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 dee. Artiste. Let's roll. Dee 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 dee.